we are here now this week in Oswiecim for our preparation meeting for our big event that will happen in summer around the 2nd of August. We came here to prepare the facilitators that they will lead the educational experience.
Welcome to the podcast Amaro Voice. Amaro is from the Romani language and means our Roma, Sinti and traveler voices among Europe. Thank you for watching our first season or listening our first season. Today we start an interview Cooperational series with Ternype and Dikh Bister. So we are right now at a prepare meeting in Oswiecim, and today join us Irina Spataru. Hello Irina, thank you for being.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, you can introduce yourself.
So, hello everyone, my name is Irina. I'm the new president of Ternype International Roma, Sinti and Travelers Youth Network, and I'm also part of the organizing team for our Dikh Roma Genocide Remembrance Initiative event.
So Irina, can you introduce Ternype and tell us more about it? For them who don't know maybe about Ternype.
Ternype is a Roma, Sinti and Travelers Youth Network that has been active for more than 10 years, organizing different youth events and commemoration events like the Dikh. And our aim is to create a space for Roma, Sinti and travelers from all over Europe to come together, to be empowered, and to embrace our culture and our diversity that we have.
So, can you also explain about Dikh? When was the first event and when you joined?
So, our Roma Genocide Remembrance Initiative started, I think, 14 years ago. And my first time was in 2014, where I was part of the Austrian group, and this was the big event where there were more than 1,000 young people, and this was a very impactful event for my life because I always felt alone with my identity, and this was the first time that I realized that we are many people in the world, and it was very empowering for me, and this is where my human rights and activist journey started.
So I have the similar or the same story because when we escaped '99 from the war, when we was in Germany, in the southwest of Germany, we was like out of our community. So I always was the only Roma in my elementary school, the only Roma in my other schools. So I also kind of felt like this alone. And my first time in Dikh was 2017, where we also met, and then I realized, that it's different, that I'm not alone, and it's very nice experience to have, to meet different people from different countries. So we are right now in the prepare meeting. Can you explain what we was doing and what we maybe still have, and what maybe will still have happened?
Sure. So we are here now this week in Oswiecim for our preparation meeting for our big event that will happen in summer around the 2nd of August. We came here to prepare the facilitators that they will lead the educational experience, which is not only about the history, our history and the history of the Roma and Sinti genocide, but also about human rights and the connection to today with the anti-Gypsyism and discrimination that our people are facing today in Europe.
So why is the prepare meeting for Dikh so important?
The preparation meeting is a very important event for us because it brings together the team. There is a whole huge team behind the organization of this initiative, and they are mostly invisible. So we also try to introduce the team who is behind the event. We try to prepare and we are here also on the spot, very close to the former concentration camp, in order to get the connection with the place and with the topic before we come there with hundreds of young people.
I think also the preparing for us in media is very important to make brainstorm, to share our ideas, and to see okay what we can do and how we will do it. And so the special thing about Dikh Vista is that it's very international with different Roma and non-Romani people who meet during the event. How many countries will we maybe expect this year?
This is a good question. Usually, I mean, we wish to have people from all the countries, but at the moment, I think it's something between 25 and 30 countries participating this year.
And also for me, Dikh Vista is very inspirational because it defined my future. I mean, before Dikh Vista, I almost was working for German media companies like for many years, but I never knew or never had the idea what I can do. So then the first time when I was in Dikh Vista, and I learned a lot from Dikh Vista. So I think it's also for you, for people, very important and also defines their career or other things.
Yeah, I agree with you that it had an impact, a huge impact on my personal life and my career path, the same as for you. I think this is the beauty of the event and the additional benefit, not only that we educate our people about these things, but we create opportunities and the opportunities to network internationally and to have basically to have friends and get the inspiration from all over Europe. I also wanted to mention that it's not just Ternype behind this initiative. It is a common effort, a unity of organizations with the similar visions, and we are partners in the beginning who created it. It was already organizations like Pirana Mensa, and also with the support of the Documentation Center of German, Sinti and Roma. And until today, we are still working together. And I think this is very nice because it's empowering this youth movement, and this youth movement is continuously growing.
So I think Dikh Vista is also since 2010 or 11. So and the movement started to grow and to grow. So in 2014, your first time. So I wasn't there, but I heard a lot of this. So that there we had almost over 1,000 people. So why was this year very important? Not only for the movement for Dikh Vista, but also for the movement for the whole Roma, Sinti, and Traveler people when it comes to the Roma and Sinti and Traveler genocide.
In 2014, it was the 70th anniversary of the 2nd of August, and it was the first time that so many young people and general Roma people came together to commemorate the 2nd of August and to talk about the problems that we are facing today. And this was not only impactful for the people who were present, but after that, in 2015, because many of the young people took the initiative to bring the Dikh Bister event and the commemoration to their own countries, and Ternype, together with other organizations, also went to the European Parliament with a survivor, Raymond Gourem, to advocate for the recognition on the European level. And we got this recognition just 1 year after the big event in 2014. And since then, there were many countries who recognized officially the 2nd of August.
So the special moment, the special thing about Dikh Vista for me was I had the opportunity to meet a lot of survivors there. So like Raymond Garim and also others. And nowadays, it's sadly that the survivors get older and are not anymore alive. And so why is in this case Dikh Vista so important to retell the stories?
Yeah, it's exactly how you said, and I think This is one of the most important aspects of this initiative, that we give the opportunity to the survivors and to the young people to come together, and for the young people to get the stories and the experiences from the people who survived this horror. And unfortunately, we know that we are losing the survivors every year because they are getting older. So I think that it's also our responsibility as a youth movement to keep the memory of these people, and to make sure that their testimonies are passed on and that the stories are not forgotten.
During the Dikh Bister event from 29th of July until 4th of August, we will do a lot of media content on social media, especially Instagram. So that's why we would like to ask you to follow us on Instagram, Ternype, Dikh Bister, Amaro Voice. Of course, you can follow also Irina Spataru, and also these interviews from Amaro Voice will be part during the Dikh Bister event. So we will also have interviews in Dikh Bister with participants. So that's why, to not miss our episodes, we would like to ask you to subscribe our YouTube channel, Amaro Voice. If you just want to listen, you can also follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Amazon Music, and give us 5 stars on Spotify to push the algorithm. Nina, I just wanted to wish us a good event during the Kinamista, and also for the people to know. So Irina and also people from the from Ternype, from the organizational group, they are working this weeks in the prepare meeting very hard. They have a lot of meetings. They have less sleep. Even if we, the media team and the facilitators, when we are finished and when we make breaks and also in the evenings, and they are still working. So that's just for my part. Thank you. So, do you have something still
I'm glad.
important things to share?
I think I would like to share how the Cannabis Star impacted, for example, the recognition in Austria, because
Yes.
I was part of the Austrian group in 2014, and just 1 year later, it was our group of youngsters who initiated the commemoration event in Vienna on the Chaya Stoica Square. So it was the first time that in Austria, a group of Roma youngsters, and before also nobody else, started to commemorate the Roma and Sinti genocide. And since 2015, we initiated this event that happened every year since then, which also contributed to the recognition of the 2nd of Austria by the Austrian government. Similar to the recognition on the European level, it was the young people, so the Roma youth movement, that helped to do this, and otherwise it would not happen. And now we have the recognition in Austria, and at the moment the Austrian government is working to create a Holocaust memorial for the Roma and Sinti in the capital of Austria.
Yeah, and also like I mentioned in the beginning, and also Dikh Bister is also for me very important. Like without Dikh Bister, we would not have Amaro Voice now. So that's basically so. And I think um, the special thing about Dikh Bister for me, and I'm sure you will agree, and also other will agree, that Dikh Bister is not only, of course, it's very important. So it's not only educational part, workshops, going to Auschwitz, to the museum, to the ceremony. But Dikh Bister is also family, because I remember I started 2017, and then I continue every year until this year for now, and I almost saw the same people. Some people was coming for 3 4 years, and maybe had some breaks 1 2 years, but it's always the same people. It's really feels like family, and I think this is also what makes the work easier.
This is this is true, and this is because most of people who participate the first time, they want to come back because of, I think the reasons are, at least for me, the reasons were that I find a community that share the similar experiences, that share the similar like share the same history and the same past, and in many cases also the same language. And it's not easy for one person to find such a group that you can connect with. And I believe that this is the reason why the people who join, they want to stay with us. And it is very nice, because over the years friendships develop, even people get married
Yes.
who
Yeah.
meet in this movement. So yeah, I think that it's good that the people want to stay, because then you can also grow. Also, the initiative can grow and improve and find new aspects and think how to make it a great experience for people. And the reason why I stayed and why I am very much involved with the Bister is because since I got the opportunity to make this experience, it impacted my life in so many positive ways. I really wish to offer this opportunity to other young people and to as many young Roma, Sinti, and travelers as possible.
And also, the Bista guides you, give you opportunities. Like when you was participant, you have the opportunity next year to be facilitator, to be maybe group leader or part
Yes,
of the media team. So it gives you opportunities. So I don't know, like in other examples, it will be more difficult than the Bista. So that's why
true.
we always meet every year, because people who was with me participants 2017, they are still now here, and they're still also doing something.
Yes, for me it was the same. I came in 2014 as a participant for the first time,
Yeah.
and I liked it so much that I wanted to become an educator, a facilitator. Then I also with my colleagues from Vienna, we were organizing the funding and the groups to join from Austria, and then I became part of the organizational team. So it's nice that you have many options how to
Yeah,
involve yourself, and the
exactly.
people have different talents also, but they can try out what is for them matching and what is for them working the best. So this is a great opportunity.
Do you have some anecdotes to share about your favorite moment in Dikh Vista?
You mentioned before that um, the survivors that we bring with us every year, and I think that every meeting that I had with one of the survivors was really, really special, and it was really a privilege to me to get this opportunity to meet with and to talk to these people, to sit on the table with them, or to party with Raymond until
Yeah.
4 in the morning. I
Yes.
think this was one thing that I will never forget
Yes.
when we went together to Brussels
Yeah.
to advocate for the recognition
Yeah.
in the European Parliament. After a long day in the Parliament, we all went to a bar with Raymond, and we were having drinks and having fun, and until 4 in the morning, and everybody was tired at one moment. But Raymond, he didn't want to leave. He enjoyed so much
Yeah.
this presence of young activists that are committed to the cause, and you could see how much he enjoyed um, the company and the party, and it was very difficult to make him clear that it is time to sleep
Yeah.
now. So yeah, I think this was really one of my highlights. But as I said, like
There are
every
many.
moment with different survivors, Roma and Sinti from different countries who survived the concentration camps, um, was very, very valuable, and yes, and I really wish to keep these memories and to pass it on also to the next generations.
I have also a cool story about Raymond. When I met him for the first time in 2017, so the French group with Raymond, they came to Germany, to Mannheim, and we also, the German group came there, and so we met together, and he was traveling by bus to Krakow. So the youngsters, the other participants from Germany, they was complaining about the trip because it was over 14 hours, I don't know. It was a long trip. They was complaining, and Raymond had always the opportunity to have a flight, but he said, no, I want to go by bus. to be with youngsters, to talk with them, to inspire them, to just to be with them. And he was in the bus sitting, was there. He never complained. The youngsters complained about the trip, but Raymond never complained. So this is also very powerful for me. So we are almost coming to the end of this episode. So do you have any last words?
Yeah, I think I would like to invite you, young Roma Sinti travelers who haven't participated yet in this initiative, to find the partner organization in your country and contact them if you want to join us for this year or for the next year. And I invite you to make this experience, which I think is very important for every young person to make once in the life. I believe really that everyone should at least once have visited the former concentration camp of Auschwitz in order to understand the dimensions of the Holocaust. And we give the very good opportunity not to learn just about the history, but also to connect with the fight that we are fighting today, for the recognition of anti-Gypsyism and against the discrimination that we are facing. So yeah, I invite you to join the initiative. I invite you to join Ternype, and I hope that I will see you in the summer.
And maybe if you don't know your partner NGO, you can also maybe contact Ternype on Instagram and just ask, and then I'm sure they will be connected. So thanks for watching or listening. Next week we will talk about the media team. Ciao and Devlesa.
Devlesa.
This podcast is funded by the Stiftung Erinnerung, Verantwortung und Zukunft e.V.Z. as part of the project Amaro Voice, digitale Bildungsarbeit über die Communities der europäischen Sinti und Roma bei der NGO Medien und Kulturzentrum Deutscher Roma e.V.